Melbourne is facing a Legionnaires disease outbreak. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian.heise here and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee because Melbourne is facing a outbreak of Legionnaires disease. Now this is a concerning one because as an architect, one thing we worry about in designing buildings is keeping water out of buildings. Water is the enemy and water, well, is the breeding ground of Legionnaires. So it's definitely a concern. So let's have a look at this and then read up a little bit about Legionnaires disease. So, Legionnaires disease outbreak investigated in Melbourne South East. This is not what they need in Melbourne. They don't need this as well. Anyone who's been to a Melbourne suburb and developed flu-like symptoms must seek treatment for a different outbreak to COVID-19. An outbreak of Legionnaires disease is being investigated in Melbourne's southeast after the discovery of 2 cases. A Victorian health department is investigating after 2 cases who live in the Cranbourne East area were reported to authorities on Wednesday. Both require hospital treatment. Local cooling towers, pools and spas have been tested to find the source of the outbreak. Those who have been to the Cranbourne East area from the start of August and developed flu-like illness are being urged to seek immediate medical attention. Legionnaires disease is caused by Legionella bacteria, which are widespread in the environment, in natural water bodies such as rivers, lakes, creeks, and hot springs. The bacteria has also been found in spas, potting mix, warm water systems, and artificial systems that use water for cooling, heating, or industrial processes such as cooling towers. People can catch it by breathing in fine droplets of water that contain the bacteria. It cannot be caught from another person or by drinking contaminated water, so it gets in your lungs. Acting Deputy Chief Health Officer of Communicable Disease, Dr. Mikhail Ivan, urged healthcare professionals on Wednesday to be on alert for Legionnaires disease in patients with influenza-like symptoms, particularly those with severe pneumonia, who have been around the Cranbourne East area since the start of August. The disease often presents with initial influenza-like symptoms like myalgia, headache, fever, and cough, and may progress to atypical pneumonia, sometimes with confusion. Those at great risk include those aged over 65 years, smokers, heavy drinkers, those with chronic lung disease and underlying conditions such as diabetes, cancer, or kidney failure. Doctors are being urged to consider alternative diagnosis to COVID-19 for respiratory infections and undertake appropriate investigations. Yes, I mean, you can see people just defaulting to COVID-19 now with everything that's going on and miss something like this. There you go, there's the bacteria, guys. Legionnaires disease is an urgent notifiable condition, meaning it must be reported to the health department upon initial diagnosis or clinical suspicion as soon as possible and within 24 hours. There is no vaccine to prevent the disease, but early diagnosis and treatment with appropriate antibiotics can reduce the severity of the illness and complications. So here we have it from the CDC. Let's look at the causes and common sources for infection. Legionella bacteria are found naturally in fresh water environments like lakes and streams. The bacteria can become a health concern when they grow and spread in human-made building water supply systems like shower heads and sink faucets, cooling towers, structures that contain water, and a fan as part of a centralized air cooling system for buildings or industrial purposes, hot tubs. Don't know if I ever want to go on a spa again. Decorative fountains and water features, hot water tanks and heaters, large complex plumbing systems. Home and car air conditioning units do not use water to cool the air, so that they do not pose a risk for Legionella growth. After Legionella grows and multiplies in a building water system, water containing Legionella can spread in droplets small enough for people to breathe in. People can get Legionnaires disease or Pontiac fever when they breathe in small droplets of water in the air that contain the bacteria. Less common, people can get sick by aspiration of drinking water containing Legionella. This happens when water accidentally goes into the lungs while drinking. People at increased risk of aspiration include those with swallowing difficulties. And, well, one of them is Down syndrome children. In general, people do not spread Legionnaires disease and Pontiac fever to other people. However, this may be possible under rare circumstances. What do we we have. So people at increased risk. Most healthy people exposed to Legionella do not get sick. People at increased risk of getting sick are people 50 years or older, current or former smokers, lung disease, people with a weak immune system, people with cancer, and people with underlying illnesses such as diabetes, kidney failure, or liver failure. Let's have a look at the fact sheet. Let's see what they have here. So there you go, everyone. These pneumonia symptoms: cough, shortness of breath, muscle aches, fever, headaches. Yeah, this is going to be. People are going to mistake this for COVID-19, aren't they? This is going to be tough. It's serious and can be treated with antibiotics. Certain people are at increased risk. Spread through water droplets. So water used for showering, portable water. Yep, decorative fountains and hot tubs. So there we go, everyone. A Legionnaires disease outbreak in Victoria. Now, well, what's the takeaway or the solution to this one? Well, from an architect's perspective, we need to design systems that are easy to maintain and access, so you can maintain and access them to address and hopefully mitigate these risks. But a lot of it comes down to maintenance, and a lot of it comes down to installing the right systems. But when stuff gets old, and if you get water leaking, water pooling, and you get heating and cooling, there's a whole mess of things here. I just want to keep water out of buildings 100%. I'm worried about mold growing too in buildings because that can provide other health issues. If you're suspected of this, guys, go to a doctor real quick. As always, let me know your thoughts and suggestions on this one in the comments down below. If you're a fan of the channel and enjoy the content I create here, there are a few ways you can support us. You can join us on YouTube or Patreon. Sign up for our affiliate links at Amazon, eBay, Independent Reserve, or AussieBroadband. You can buy a merch from HeiseSays, use Gold Pass from the Perth Mint, or support us via PayPal. Take care, and I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.